Something is different. You can't fake it anymore. This team is for real, and the energy at Ford Field is on another level. We've been through so many tough seasons, but now you can feel something special in the air. Just look at how these guys are playing. And the topic today, just hold on to your seats, because we've got some good stuff coming. If you feel that pride that only the Honolulu Blue and Silver Nation understands, go ahead and subscribe right now. Help spread the word about One Pride to more fans. Hit the like button. It helps the channel out big time. And drop a comment, because I want to hear your takes too. This space is for the fans in the stands. It's for all of us. I'm going to be straight with you right from the jump. Tyreek Williams could be one of those finds that changes an entire defense. The kid just got here, he's only had 2 starts, and you've already got people in the stands saying, this dude plays like a veteran. Is that an exaggeration? In my opinion, it's not. What he's showing goes way beyond the cold, hard stats. Kelvin Shepherd, our defensive coordinator, was crystal clear this week. The kid's progress isn't about highlight reel sacks or video game numbers. It's about embracing the dirty work, the trench warfare that no one ever gives credit for, but that wins games. Anyone who's ever sweat on the field knows stopping a 3rd down run up the gut is worth more than a pretty sack, and Williams has understood that early. Shepherd commented that his biggest leap was leaving behind the "I have to be a hero on every play" mentality. In college, he was the dominant force. Here in the NFL, he's already figured out that being a difference maker also means opening up space, eating double teams, and holding the point so another teammate can shine. That's not easy, it's not glamorous, but it's the DNA of a championship defense. Look at what happened against the Bears. In Week 1 against the Packers, he had a PFF grade of 48.7, which was pretty quiet. In Week 2 against Chicago, it jumped up to 62.2, and he even got 2 passes deflected. But that's not even the main point. The point is the double stop of a QB sneak on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. Do you all have any idea? The stats say that 90% of those plays result in a 1st down. And Detroit locked them down on 2 consecutive plays. Who was right in the middle of it? Williams. Shepherd didn't hesitate. That's a game changer. And it really is. Of course, it's still early. The schedule doesn't get any easier. The Packers were already tough, and now the Ravens are coming with one of the heaviest offensive lines in the league and Derrick Henry running downhill. You can't expect the rookie to be a hero, but you can expect him to do his part in the plan. And honestly, seeing a rookie already getting it, that's so promising. Brad Holmes drafted this guy with the 28th pick for a reason. The GM's vision has always been to build from the trenches, from the inside out, from Detroit's strength. And, when you start to see the future clicking right in front of your eyes, it gives you chills. Because it's not just about today, it's about the foundation that's going to sustain this team for years. To be honest, I almost jumped off my couch on that 4th down. It was epic, truly epic. Now I want to hear from you. Can we say that Williams is already a key piece? Let me know in the comments. And stay tuned, because the next news shows it's not just the rookie who's growing. We've got a veteran becoming a defensive pillar. There are some things we've been feeling from the stands, and now we're getting confirmation straight from the coaches' mouths. Brian Branch is a pillar of this defense. Kelvin Shepherd didn't leave any doubt. He said it in no uncertain terms. And listen, when a coordinator calls a player a pillar, that's not just a casual compliment. That's a stamp of trust. It's the weight of leadership. Branch isn't just a highlight reel player. Yeah, he's forced fumbles. He's shown up at the right time to change the game. That hit on DeAndre Swift against the Bears was a thing of beauty. But what Shepherd highlighted is what separates a regular player from a franchise cornerstone: the desire to be coached hard. Not everyone asks for that. A lot of talented guys get to the league thinking they already know everything. Not Branch. He comes from Alabama, he grew up in an environment where the pressure is constant, and he's brought that mindset to Detroit. Shepherd said that even after so much early success, he still sees so much growth in him. That's scary, in a good way. It means what we're seeing today might only be the beginning. The guy already plays like a veteran and still has room to level up. That's the kind of news that makes fans dream. And it's not just Shepherd talking. Dan Campbell jumped into the conversation too, emphasizing the insane versatility Branch brings to the table. He can line up as a safety. He can cover like a corner. He can blitz like a linebacker. It's like having 3 players in one. And in a league where every detail makes a difference, that flexibility is pure gold. Campbell even joked, "He makes our lives easier." And it's true. With Branch, the defense can disguise schemes, confuse quarterbacks, and create chaos without changing personnel. To me, that's the epitome of the Detroit grit. It's not about shining alone, it's about doing what the team needs. And the fans, everybody, they've already noticed. He has that instinct you just can't teach. You look at the field, and you can just feel that if there's a game-deciding play, Branch is going to be right there. It's no surprise that Shepherd emphasized, "We're only going to go as far as our pillars take us." That's a heavy statement, right? Because it puts Branch on the same level as the veteran leaders. And we know that when the coaching staff starts talking like that, it's because the investment isn't just in talent, it's in character. To be honest, seeing Branch evolve like this gives me even more hope. He's the type of guy who can define an era in Detroit. And if he's already like this in his second year, imagine in 2-3 years. It makes you want to say, watch out for this kid, NFL, because he's just getting started. But also hold on tight, because the next piece of news has some serious smoke about a move behind the scenes. And this one could shake up the entire Lions defensive rotation. Oh, wait a minute. This one is the kind of news that makes you scratch your head at the bar after the game. There's a hot rumor going around Detroit that the Lions are considering signing Carl Lawson to beef up their edge rusher rotation. It's not official yet, but the buzz is strong. And honestly, it makes total sense. Look at the situation. Levi Onwuzurike is out for the season. The defensive line depth is compromised, and Hutchinson is carrying the pass rush load almost all by himself. That's dangerous. The NFL doesn't forgive a tired or predictable defense. Lawson, even if he's not that hyped-up young guy anymore, can bring experience, an immediate impact, and, most importantly, rest for our starters. The guy was with the Cowboys last year, finished his contract, and is a free agent. He's not a headline star today, but he knows how to get after the quarterback. He's proven in different schemes that he can contribute. And what's more, veteran leadership. A locker room that breathes Dan Campbell's compete now mentality needs players who understand the urgency of the moment. Lawson fits that profile. Of course, there's the other side of it. Injuries have hounded him at certain points in his career. His production has also fluctuated. You can't think of him as a magic solution. The ideal scenario is a short contract with performance incentives, the kind of deal that protects the team from high risk. And I bet that Brad Holmes, who doesn't miss a beat, will only make a move if the cost-benefit is spot on. Now just imagine the impact. Hutchinson on one side, Lawson coming in fresh on third downs, disrupting the pocket, throwing off the opposing quarterback's rhythm. That changes the game. He doesn't need to be a Pro Bowler. He needs to be the guy who keeps rivals from exploiting our short rotation. And for anyone who thinks this is an exaggeration, remember how much we used to suffer when we didn't have depth on the line? Opposing teams would find gaps, adjust at halftime, and come back to win the game. I haven't forgotten, it hurt to watch. So, if there's a chance to fill that hole now, we'd better not hesitate. The most interesting thing is that Lawson probably won't cost that much. The market is cold for him. That gives Detroit some leverage. And you know, if there's ever a time to use the cap wisely, it's now. We can't waste what this roster has built. To be honest, I support it. Maybe not as a full-time starter, but as a rotational impact player, yes. It's better than seeing Hutchinson exhausted in the fourth quarter. The team needs to think big, and Lawson could be that fine-tuning adjustment that separates good from great. But hold on, because the next piece of news isn't a rumor, it's a real concern. The injury list just got longer, and it's happening right before the game against the Ravens. You know that gut feeling you get when you read the injury report? Well, this week wasn't easy for Lions fans. The name that's most worrying is DJ Reed, our corner, showing up with a knee issue. Right before we face the Ravens, this news feels like a cold bucket of water. And it doesn't stop there. Jack Campbell was out of practice with an ankle issue, Marcus Davenport with a chest problem, Taylor Decker feeling his shoulder, Kirby Joseph also limited with a knee, Trevor Nowaski with an elbow, and even Siona Vaki with a hamstring. It sounds like a shopping list, but it's the medical report. Of course, some practiced in a limited capacity, others sat out, but it definitely gave us all a scare. And listen, if it were against the Bears again, fine, we could patch things up. But we're talking about the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson on the other side, Derrick Henry running over people, one of the most physical offensive lines in the league. This is a tough matchup. Detroit can't afford to be shorthanded. It's not just a regular season game, it's a litmus test, a de facto playoff game. Kelvin Shepard knows he's not going to shut down the Ravens' offense, but the plan is simple. Don't let them get a lead early. If Baltimore sets the pace, it's over. They dictate the game on the ground, and the defense expends double the energy. The key is Hutchinson getting pressure, and the linebackers, especially Alex Anzalone, and if Campbell plays, holding Henry in the box. But without Reed at 100%, the secondary loses a safety net. And against Lamar, who can beat you with his arm and his legs, every mistake is costly. On the offensive side, things are looking more stable. Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Jameson Williams can answer through the air, while Gibbs and Montgomery have the arsenal to balance it on the ground. But again, it all comes down to not letting Baltimore take control. If Detroit can get on the board or keep it close, the game turns into an open shootout. Now, I'm going to be honest, seeing this many names on the injury report gives a shiver to any fan who's seen seasons ruined by injuries. How many times have we believed and then watched the roster fall apart in October? That's what can't happen again. This team is too good to let its destiny slip away because of a physical detail. The fans are paying attention. Everyone knows that the season can change in an instant. DJ Reed playing or not, it's going to be a long night against the Ravens. It's time to show that Detroit doesn't need excuses. And hold on to that emotion, because the conclusion is going to tie everything together. From the promising rookie to the defensive pillar, from the hiring rumor to the injury drama. And when we put it all together, it's clear. This team is in the process of transitioning from a promise to a reality. Tyreek Williams is already showing that the future is solid in the trenches. Brian Branch confirms that we have a defensive pillar. The Lawson rumors remind us that the front office is on top of our weaknesses. And the injury report proves that nothing comes easy in Detroit. But you know what? I've never felt this spirit so alive. One pride is pulsating stronger than ever. Comment below. This space belongs to everyone who lives and breathes Lions football. And stay tuned for the next video, because there's more emotion to come.